All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Heidi and V. I'm so excited that you're here now. Everybody that's watching, Heidi is a productivity coach. She was a mega agent on the ALC, former team leader, and she's the productivity coach in Northern California of now 4 offices. Just added 2 more, so it was 2. Now it's 4. Those of you that don't know, Northern California is a very high-end market. We're talking about $1 to $2 million plus average price properties, depending on the market center. So I wanted to just start by asking you, Heidi, how did you decide to hire a cyberbacker, to help you in your productivity coaching role, being in such a kind of a high-end exclusive market and that sort of thing? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I'm absolutely thrilled to get to have this conversation because I know for a fact, the numbers don't lie, that we would not be where we are without our incredible V. She's been a huge gift. She's the backbone of our productivity coaching group, and we all heavily rely on her, and we're very thankful. One of the things that was really important to me was having someone to work with who represented not only me, but also set a tone with the agents of what professionalism looks like. This is how you show up. So being in an affluent area, because, as you mentioned, average price points, maybe 1 or 2 million in the different offices where I am. That's average. That's like somebody who has a regular old job. That's not like the high end stuff. That's basic. But we do work with a lot of people. One of our agents got into contract. His first contract was $2.8 million. And just a couple of months after getting his license, his next one was $2.4 million listing. So we do work with affluent people. We work with people with high expectations. And I wanted to have someone not only to work with personally, but to be a great example to the agents of how to conduct yourself with professionalism, with class, how to be a good communicator, and V has done all of those things. So we're super blessed to have her.
Now she's been with you for 9 months, right? And you had mentioned to me that your income has doubled since you brought her on to help. And I wanted to just have you share a little bit about, what she does for you and how all that works. Just real quick before we do that, just to put it in perspective, everybody that's watching. So year to date, so basically through 8 months, year to date, GCI in your productivity coaching program is 1.2 million. Company dollar is over 330,000 through the first 8 months of this year. That's phenomenal. So tell us a little bit about, what V does and how she helps keep you organized, how she keeps the people accountable, the tracking, some of the metrics and the trends and things that you're looking at that you were sharing with me.
Yeah, and I have to actually, in truth, it's almost tripled. I looked at it again at the numbers, and she's almost tripled it. So, so one of the things that she does is, as you all know, the 80-20 rule is very, very real. And for the first, I guess, 6-7 months, I was doing everything she's now doing by myself and launching productivity coaching. And at one time I was, had 5 going at the same time. So she came in, and slowly I was able to let go of things like onboarding and offboarding and tracking people's participation level, getting people the answers that they need in real time. Because as productivity coaches know, we're doing this all the time. We're on our phone, we're on Zoom calls, we're meeting in person. And when people just have a quick question, my busyness was creating delays that I couldn't live with. And so she came in, and she has been the go-to person for literally everything. I'm still looped in on everything because I need to know if there's a pattern of things that we could do better to get ahead of things so that people don't have questions. But she has been incredible at making sure everybody has everything they need to get their career started. that they have access to every system that's there to support them. And then she also keeps track of me because I'm all over the place and helps me to stay on focus and on track. So I'll ask her like, hey, remind me to do this. And she's so gracious and makes sure that I follow through too.
Yeah, you were mentioning that, onboarding, getting your new coaching client set up with the materials, the schedule. She creates all your coaching appointments with your clients, the group sessions that you're doing. She even sits there behind the scenes, takes notes, and takes roll on who's attending, who's late, and tracks all of that so that you can see kind of the trends and the metrics of hey, the people that are late and the people that are missing classes, here's their production versus the people that are showing up and engaging, which I think is huge.
It's massive. And so, we've been able to show, we have actual physical evidence that the level at which you engage, if you're on time, if you're showing up to stuff, if you're doing your daily script and role play, if you are following your training core competencies in a timely way, knowing that stuff is everything. And I could not be the coach I need to be and do all those things with the level of excellence that's required. So the fact that she does that enables me to then turn and have conversations with somebody and say, hey, I see that when you're here, you're super engaged and enthusiastic. And I'm also noticing based on these metrics that we always look for patterns, and there's a patterns of you're always at least 5 minutes late to stuff. So let's talk about that a little bit. And how is that showing up in other areas of your life? So if we didn't have that, we couldn't go to that level of depth in coaching. And everything would just take a hit in the level of quality of what we do.
That's awesome. Yes. And the fact that you're a mega agent, you've had assistants before, you understand the power of leverage, as you started this coaching program and the amount of people that you coach and the different market centers now that you're working with. So, that's great that you recognize that early on. And obviously with the kind of success that you're having with over 1.2 million in GCI for your coaching agents, coaching students, if you will, year to date through 8 months, I'm excited to see what's in store for you the next 4 months to finish 2021. I mean, you're pushing $500,000, 600,000 in company dollar for those market centers. I mean, that is truly remarkable. So congratulations. Thank you for being here, and continued success.
Yeah, thank you. I have to say about Productivity Backer, one of the biggest things, if anybody's ever hired assistants, which as you mentioned, I've done, the most painful part, there's two pain points: finding talent and training. They've done the heavy lifting in finding the talent, who is V, and they've also done the heavy lifting of training. So I actually got to I didn't have to stop doing work and business to turn and try to train somebody when it's not my nature necessarily to get into that level of the weeds anyway. So Productivity Backer does everything for us. So if you're thinking about it, don't associate the prior pain that you've had with finding an assistant. Those two things are completely taken out of the equation, and I could not be more pleased with the results.
Well, thank you for clarifying that. And thank you so much for your time, both of you. Thanks again. And we will make sure that people know how to get a hold of you if anybody wants to reach out. So thank you both.
Yep. Email's right there. Reach on out. I'm happy to talk about how awesome V is and Productivity Backer.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rich.
Bye-bye.